Hello students, welcome back. Today I am Anuradha from Ardent Progressive School going to start the same chapter, that is the life processes. Okay, so in this chapter already we have covered about the basic things like that what do you understand by the life process? What are the different characteristics that you can say life is there? Okay, then we have done about the nutrition. Okay, so to sustain a life, so proper metabolic activities, what is the requirement? There must be a proper nutrition. Okay, so the first process is which we are going to start, that is the nutrition. And in nutrition already we have covered about two different types of nutrition. What are they? Autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition, right? So in case of autotrophic nutrition, it means that when the organisms they can prepare its own food by self, these are known as autotrophic mode of nutrition, right? So in case of plants, we have done this type of nutrition, and we have done that how there will be photosynthesis, what are the different steps which is involved in the photosynthesis, right? Then we have done very short about the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Heterotrophic is what? It means that when the organisms they are dependent on others for their nourishment or for their nutrition, they are known as heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and it can be of three different types. Okay, it can take place, or the organisms can take their nutrition from the other host. That time we'll call it parasitic mode of nutrition, when it takes its nutrition from the dead and decaying organisms or decaying substances. They are known as saprophytic mode of nutrition. And the third type of nutrition, that is holozoic mode of nutrition, and this type of nutrition is very important in the higher animals, or as we are moving from lower to the higher kingdom, what is happening? We are moving towards this holozoic mode of nutrition. Okay, but here what do you understand by holozoic mode of nutrition? It means that whenever the food will be intake with the help of some parts. Okay, for example, in case of human beings, the food will be taken with the help of mouth. Okay, so what we are doing, we are taking the whole food and we are taking inside our mouth, right? Likewise, if I will talk about the lower organisms like amoeba, paramecium, all these are what? They are also taking their nutrition, or they are taking their food with the help of some parts of their body, and they are taking the whole food. Okay, so whenever we are taking the whole food, it comes under the holozoic mode of nutrition. Is it clear? Now we will understand that in case of holozoic mode of nutrition, we are having 5 different steps, and these 5 different steps, they should be in this sequence only. Okay, you cannot write or you cannot change the sequence, because all these are related to each other. Okay, they are correlated with each other. So we can say that whenever there will be holozoic mode of nutrition, there will be 5 different steps. And what are these 5 different steps? The first one is ingestion. Okay, the first one is ingestion, then digestion, then absorption, assimilation, and egestion. Okay, so one by one we will understand that what do you understand by ingestion. Okay, so ingestion is what? It means that when the organisms they are intaking the food, that process is known as ingestion. Okay, this ingestion can be done by different ways in different organisms. For example, if I say about the human beings, how the food will enter inside your mouth? With the help of your hands. So with the help of your hands, you are taking food inside your mouth. Likewise, how the food will get enter inside the cell or inside the body, that can be of different types and different organisms. Example, I have mentioned it here in case of amoeba. Amoeba, paramecium, all they are what? They are the lower organisms. right? Or we can say lower animals. So in case of amoeba, they are having the pseudopodia. Okay, here we will understand in very detailed manner that how amoeba takes its nutrition. So here, for your understanding, what we will call it, in case of amoeba, for example, this is the amoeba. Amoeba, it doesn't have any definite shape. Okay, so these finger like projection which is present in the amoeba, okay, it is responsible for taking the food inside this cell, because we know that amoeba is what? It is the unicellular, it's a single cell, and here what is present? Cytoplasm is present. Okay, so what is going to happen here, that whatever the food which is present outside, it will get enter inside the cell with the help of these finger like projection. Okay, so what is responsible here? These pseudopodia, and the name indicates pseudo means that false, podia means feet, right? So these feet, they are not true and they are false. That's why we are using the term pseudopodia. Okay, so with the help of this pseudopodia, amoeba will take its nutrition, right? So the first step is what? It is the ingestion. Okay, then comes to the another one, that is the digestion. What do you understand by digestion? Digestion is the catabolic process. What you will call it? Catabolic process, because we know that proper metabolic activity must be there. What is the requirement to sustain here in this earth? There must be a metabolic activity. So this metabolic activity, it consists of two things. What are they? It consists of anabolic process as well as the catabolic process. Okay, so this anabolic process, it is known as the constructive process, and the catabolic is known as the destructive process. Okay, so why I am saying this, that because whenever you are taking the nutrients, okay, so during the nutrition, here I am talking about the nutrition. So during the nutrition, what you are taking? You are taking some food, and this food contains what? Nutrients. Okay, this food contains what? Nutrients. So nutrients, they are present in food, and these nutrients can be of different types. The nutrients can be carbohydrates. Okay, the nutrients can be carbohydrates, it can be proteins, and it can be fat. So these are the major nutrients which we are taking in our diet. Okay, so here whenever there will be holozoic mode of nutrition, what is going to happen? The food which is present outside, it will get inside the body, and this food, this carbohydrate, protein, fats, they are the complex food. What are they? What you will call it? These are the complex food. Okay, so what is the requirement? This complex food should break down into the simpler one. Okay, if it will not break into the simpler one, our body or the cell will not be able to absorb these nutrients. Okay, so why we are taking this nutrient? So that we will get the energy. Okay, if they will not break down into the simpler unit, what will happen? That the body will not get absorb these nutrients in our body, so there will be no proper metabolic activity. Is it clear? So there must be a continuous work. There must be a continuous work of anabolic process as well as catabolic process. It means that if we are taking carbohydrate, or if any food contains these nutrients, it should be breakdown, and the breakdown of this complex food into the simpler form, it is known as digestion. Okay, what it is? What it is known as digestion. And in this digestion, what is happening? We can say that these larger particle will break down into smaller particle. Okay, that's why we are saying that digestion is what? It is the catabolic process. Catabolic process is what? This complex food is going to break down into the simpler food molecules, and this is known as what? Digestion, right? Now comes to the absorption. Right now I have discussed that our body cannot absorb this complex food. Okay, so what is the requirement is that it should be breakdown. So with the help of digestion, the complex food has been digested into the simpler one, right? And how it is happening? So with the help of enzymes. We will understand this word, or we will understand different types of enzymes here. So which is responsible to break down this complex food into the simpler one? That is the enzymes. With the help of this enzymes, it will break down into simpler form, and these simpler form now it should be absorbed by the body. Okay, you have taken the food, your enzymes, the enzyme which is present in your body or in different glands, what is happening, that they have digested the food, but now the requirement that these smaller particle, it should be absorbed by the body also. The third step is what? Absorption. So absorption is what? That the food, the simpler food, it should be absorbed by the body cells, right? Then only there will be further activities in our body. Okay, now comes to the assimilation. Assimilation is what? Something which we are we can say accumulating or joining something. That's why this assimilation is also known as anabolic process. So right now I said that there is need to break down this complex food, but sometimes now there is requirement these smaller particles should add on, or they should be combined to form a complex form. Okay, because our body needs some complex things, like we need proteins. Okay, for what? For the building of the body. That's why we are saying that proteins, they are the building blocks. Okay, what they are doing? They are the building blocks of our body. So there must be requirement that sometimes these smaller particles which is present in our body, it should be combined and it should be provided in our body. So that's why there is another step, that is the assimilation, right? Now whatever the food is important by our body, or whatever the things which is good in our diet, it should get absorbed and get assimilated. But the food which is not of any use, okay, the undigested food, it should be removed from the body, right? If it will not remove, what will happen? It will get accumulated in our body and it can be toxic for our body too. Okay, so the requirement is that the food which is undigested, it should be removed out. In which form? In form of the fecal matter. Okay, in case of human being, this undigested food will be removed from our body in form of fecal matter, or we can say feces, right? So these 5 different steps are important under the Holozoic mode of nutrition, and then after there will be proper nutrition in our body. Okay, and same thing will follow in case of amoeba also, in case of paramecium also, but there will be some slight changes. Okay, otherwise the steps will remain same in case of lower organisms as well as in the higher organisms too. Okay, so here I have mentioned some ways how the food will get enter inside the cell. In case of amoeba, they are having the pseudopodia, but in case of paramecium, what is happening? If you will see the paramecium, it is what? Like this. Okay, so in case of paramecium, they are having cilia. What is they are having? They are having cilia, and at particular point there is having the oral groove. Okay, or we can say mouth of the paramecium. But in case of amoeba, they don't have any mouth. So what is happening? They are extending projections, and these projections, they are known as pseudopodia. But in case of paramecium, there is a particular place which is known as the oral groove. What is happening? Whatever the food, if this is the water, this paramecium is present in the water, and all the bacteria, they are present in this water. Okay, and these lower organisms, they are dependent on these bacteria here. So what they are going to do? They will going to eat these bacteria here. When they will eat this bacteria, so how it will enter inside the paramecium? In case of amoeba, it's very easy because they are having so many pseudopodias. But in case of paramecium, these cilia, what these cilia, what they are doing, they are moving the food. Okay, they are moving their food and it will take this food near this oral groove. Okay, once the food has been reached here, it will get enter inside the cell, and we know that inside the cell also there will be a cytoplasm. So there is some cilia. Okay, so these cilia are responsible to take the food from the source and it will providing to the cell, right, in case of paramecium. Now in case of hydra, we know that they are having some tentacles. Okay, so these tentacles, they are responsible for taking the food from the outside. So in all the condition, whether it is amoeba, paramecium, or it can be hydra, what is happening, the food is going whole inside the body. Okay, and after entering inside the body, it is going to break down the food. Okay, so the first step, what is happening here, ingestion of food. Then once it has been entered inside the cell, it will get digested. Okay, it will digest it into the simpler forms. After the digestion, the cell will absorb the important nutrients from that food. After that, there will be assimilation. Whatever the important, they will combine it here and it will retain in this body, and the undigested food which is not important, it will send outside. Okay, but in case of human beings, we are having mouth to take the food and anus to remove out the undigested food, right? But in case of amoeba, all these things, they don't have any point for the removal. Okay, in that case, what is happening, the whole body surface is responsible to move outside the undigested food. This is the difference. Okay, so we have done, in case of paramecium, they are having cilia. In case of hydra, they are having tentacles. In case of human beings, we are having our hands. Okay, with the help of hands, we are taking our food. Likewise, in case of insects, they are having the mouth. Okay, so we are having different ways to take food inside the body or inside the cell. Okay, so here we have completed about the simpler or the basic thing about the holozoic mode of nutrition. Okay, one more thing, we said we are having three major important nutrients: carbohydrate, proteins and fats. Okay, so the function of carbohydrate is what? It is providing energy to our body. Okay, whenever we need energy, what we are eating? We are eating carbohydrate. So these carbohydrate, they are present in potato, rice. So these are the sources of what? To provide the energy. Clear? Now comes to the protein. Protein, as I have said right now, they are providing or they are building our body. Okay, so to build our body, we should take the proteins, and these proteins, they, what are the major sources of protein? Pulses. These are the sources for this nutrient, right? Now comes to the fat. What is the role of fat? Fat is important. Why? Because it is providing insulation of our body. It is protecting our body. Why? Because what is happening, if fat will be there in our body, so we cannot feel that much low temperature. Okay, what are the insulators? Insulators are those through which the electricity or the heat will not be able to pass on. Okay, the same condition, if fat will be there, it will act as an insulator in our body and our body temperature will remain in a proper condition. Okay, whatever the temperature it is required by our body, it will maintain it. Okay, so these three nutrients, they are very essential for our life processes. Okay, and for the nutrition, these are the important ones. Still, these nutrients, they are also helping in case of respiration also. Okay, so but here we are discussing or we are focusing on the nutrition part. Okay, so now another topic which is given in your NCERT about the nutrition in lower organisms. What are the lower organisms? Amoeba is there and paramecium is there. Okay, so in paramecium I have make you understand that how the nutrition will take place in the paramecium with the help of cilia, and in case of amoeba, what is happening, the first step will again ingestion. Okay, so how you will draw it? Again, diagram is very important. Okay, diagram of this nutrition is important from the examination point of view also. Okay, No fixed structure of amoeba is there, and inside the structure what is present? Cytoplasm is present. Okay, and these projections, these finger like projection, these are what? These are the pseudopodia. What are they? So in case of amoeba, they are having so many pseudopodia. For example, if it is food, if food is present outside here, okay, and we know that these lower organisms are present in water. Okay, so what they are doing? They are taking their food from the water which contains different bacteria. So if it is bacteria, if it is a food of amoeba, it is present outside the cell. So how it will enter inside the cell? With the help of phagocytic nature. Okay, that's why I have written here, in case of amoeba, what type of nutrition will be there? Phagocytic nature. What do you understand by phagocytic? When someone is taking or engulfing the whole food inside their body, this process is known as phagocytosis. Okay, so what will happen here? If these are the pseudopodia and food is present here, the amoeba will take its food. Okay, so it will engulf the whole food, and due to this engulf of whole food, what will happen? The food will get enter inside it, and it will form here vacuole. Okay, so what is happening here? As the food will enter inside the amoeba, they will form the vacuole. Okay, so the first step is what? Ingestion. In ingestion, with the help of pseudopodia, the food will get enter inside the amoeba, and here this can be present inside the vacuole. Okay, so what it will form? It will form the food vacuole. This term is again very important. Okay, so what is happening? Food vacuole will be formed, and here inside this food vacuole there will be digestion of food. It means that it will release some chemicals, or it will release some enzymes, so that what will happen? The food will get break down. Okay, this food is complex food. This food will break down into the simpler food, okay, or the simpler molecule, so that these simpler molecules will be easily absorbed by the amoeba cell. Okay, so what will happen? This larger food molecule will break down into the smaller food molecules, and then it will get absorbed by the body. Okay, so it absorbed by the amoeba cells right here, and then there will be assimilation. All these will collect here and it will give energy to the amoeba. Okay, now one thing, in case of amoeba, it is not having any NS, so whatever the undigested food will be there, it will get outside into the cytoplasm. Okay, what is happening here? Whatever the undigested food, it will pass on to the cytoplasm, and with the help of the diffusion, what is happening? All the undigested food we will get outside. Okay, so this is the whole process in case of nutrition in amoeba. So all the 5 steps will be repeated here in this case of amoeba, right here. So main thing we have to understand, pseudopodia is important, then food vacuole, then these movement or the undigested food with the help of this cytoplasm, right here. Now there is one question, in case of amoeba, how they are taking their nutrition? With the help of diffusion. Diffusion is what? Diffusion is the movement of molecules from its higher concentration to lower concentration. So whole body surface, okay, the whole body surface is responsible for the transfer of molecules from outside to inside and from inside to outside. Okay, and this is the only way for the nutrition as well as for the respiration. Okay, in cases of fishes, what is happening? Whatever the oxygen which is dissolved in water where they are living, they are taking that oxygen inside their body, right? So in fishes, what is happening? They are taking the dissolved oxygen. They are not having any proper structure for the respiration. So like phase, what is happening here? In case of amoeba, the things can get enter inside it, and the nature can be phagocytic nature. Okay, and amoeba is not having any defined structure. And in case of lower organisms, one more example which we have done right now, that is the paramecium. In paramecium, what is responsible? Cilia are responsible, and it is taking food in towards the oral groove. Okay. Now we will understand the nutrition in case of higher organisms. Now here we will understand the nutrition in case of higher organisms. Okay, so in lower organisms what is happening, that 5 steps are there. Same in case of higher organisms, in case of human also there will be 5 steps. What are these 5 steps? Ingestion, digestion, okay, ingestion, then digestion, same absorption, and then assimilation, then digestion. Okay, so these 5 steps, they are common in case of lower organism as well as in higher organism in this proper sequence. Now if I will talk about the human beings, what type of mode, that is the holozoic mode of nutrition. We are what? We are the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, right? Because we are dependent on others for our food, and in heterotropically, specifically we are the holozoic one. Okay, because we are taking the food with the help of hands and we are taking inside our mouth. So the first step which will involve here what? Ingestion. Okay, so one by one we will understand that how these 5 steps they are involved here in this particular system. Okay, so whenever we are talking about the nutrition here, we will talk about the digestive system, because this digestive system composed of many organs. Okay, because these are involved by different organs, and we know that what? Cell, when there will be accumulation of cell, tissues will form. Tissue accumulation, then organ, and accumulation of organ system. Okay, so this system composed of different organs here, and these organs they are present on the different positions right here. So that's why we have divided this digestive system. Why? Because we know that ingestion we have done, then the second step will be the digestion. So the whole process which will start from the mouth, okay, till the anus, what is happening? It comes under the digestive system, and on the basis of their functioning, we have categorized this digestive system into 2 parts. What are they? Alimentary canal and the digestive gland. So the both they are combining with each other and they are coordinating with each other and functioning for the process of nutrition in higher organisms right here. So the first one is the alimentary canal. So what do you understand by alimentary canal? It is the long tube-like structure. Okay, it is a long tube-like structure which is extended from mouth, which is extended from the mouth up to the anus right here. So all the things which are involved from mouth to anus with this long tube-like structure, it is known as alimentary canal. So that's why this alimentary canal have different positions or different points where there will be a proper steps of this life processes. Okay, or we can say for the nutrition. So here alimentary canal is a tube-like structure. And what about the digestive glands? Okay, the functioning of digestive glands are very important because they are secreting and enzymes, and these enzymes are responsible for the digestion of food. Okay, so next to the ingestion, what is the next step? That is the digestion. So digestion will be there when there will be digestive glands, and these digestive glands they will secrete some digestive enzymes. Due to this, what will happen? The complex food molecules they will be broken down into the smaller food molecules right here. So in our body, from mouth to anus, we are having different digestive glands. So what are the major digestive glands? Salivary gland. The name itself indicates salivary relates to saliva. So this saliva is present where? Inside our mouth, okay, or in our buccal cavity. So we can say that salivary glands they are also there. Then comes to the gastric gland. Okay, so whenever we are using the word gastric, it means something related to the stomach. So whatever the enzymes or the juices secreted by the stomach, they are known as the gastric juices. And what are the glands responsible for it? Gastric gland, and they are present in our stomach. Okay, now comes to the liver. Liver is also a digestive gland because it is also secreting bile juices. Okay, and here you can see that these are the different organs. Okay, this is what? This is the pancreas. This is the pancreas, and this one is the liver. Okay, and here what is happening? This one is the stomach. So in stomach, digestive glands are there. In liver, again glands are there which is secreting the bile juices, and also the pancreas which is secreting the pancreatic juices, and these pancreatic juices contains different types of enzymes. Okay, then comes to the intestinal glands. Some of the juices or some of the enzymes secreted by these we can say intestine, small intestine or large intestine, which is helpful for the remaining breakdown of the food. Is it clear? So one by one we'll study all the glands, all the functions. Right? So today we are going to start with the alimentary canal, and this alimentary canal starting from mouth and till the anus. So what are the different parts? So here we can say that as we are starting from the mouth. Okay? In your mouth, what is going to happen? Ingestion of food. So the first step of the nutrition here in case of human being is the ingestion. So ingestion will be done by the mouth, and what is mouth? It is the transverse form which is present here in our body, or you can say in our mouth, and it is composed of lips. Right? So in the mouth, lips are present, and it is a transverse groove which is present at the anterior part. Okay, so the anterior part of the tube, it is having the mouth. Okay, in biology, the above part it is known as anterior, and the lower part is the posterior. It means the backward part. So the front part, it is what? It is the mouth. Okay, now ingestion has been done here. Intake of food will be done here. Then what will happen? Now the food will move in our buccal cavity. So the cavity or the space which is present in our mouth. If you will see the mouth, okay, inside the mouth some space is there, some tunnel like thing is there. So that tunnel which is present in our mouth, it is known as the buccal cavity. Cavity is what? The space which is present in our mouth, it is known as buccal cavity. Okay. Now from here, what will start? There will be digestion. After the ingestion, what is the step? Digestion. So digestion is what? Breakdown of complex food into the simpler ones, right? So digestion can be of two types. If I will call the digestion can be of two types. It can be physical digestion or it can be chemical digestion. Okay, physical, something related to some activity, mechanical activity. Okay, when we are using some force. Okay, so physical digestion is what? When some physical force are applied on that food to break down it into the simpler one, it is known as the physical digestion. And what is the chemical digestion? The enzymes which are involved to break down the complex food into the simpler one, this is known as the chemical digestion. Okay, so here in the mouth, in your mouth, what is there? Buccal cavity is there. So we are going to study the buccal cavity. Okay, so we can say the digestion starts from the mouth itself. So here we can say as buccal cavity is present in the mouth, so ingestion will be there in the mouth as well as digestion will also be there. So this question again very important. The digestion starts from which part? So we can say the digestion will start from the mouth itself. Okay, and the digestion which will take place in the mouth, it can be physical digestion also, it can be chemical digestion also. Okay, so both type of digestion can take place in the mouth only. Right? So now we will understand that what do you understand by the physical? It means that in the buccal cavity, teeth are present. So what are the components which is present in the buccal cavity? Tongue, teeth, as well as we can say one more thing, saliva. Okay. So what are the different function of these three? If I will mention it here, the function of tongue is what? To mix the food. Okay. So what is the function of tongue? To mix the food as well as to taste the food, right? So we can say tongue is present what? Inside the buccal cavity or into the lower floor of the buccal cavity, and this tongue is responsible for the taste of the food, and in the tongue they are having different these papillae like structure. Okay, these structures, they are responsible for what? For tasting the food. That's why we are also calling it taste buds, right? So these are what? These are the papillae or the taste buds present in the tongue, and we can say that different parts, like for example this part is responsible for some different taste, for sweetness, and this part is different for the sour, and this part is different for the bitter one. Okay, so we are having different taste bud in our tongue. So the function of tongue is clear here. Now comes to the another function, that is teeth. Teeth is what? Somehow it is responsible for the physical digestion. Why? Because with the help of teeth, we are breaking down or we are churning the food into the simple food. So that's why the digestion started from the mouth itself. Why? Because in your mouth, teeth are present, and these teeth act as a physical digestion of food. Okay, so here third thing will be their saliva. Saliva is what? Which is present in the mouth, and the function of the saliva is what? To lubricate the food, because the food which has been broken down here with the help of physical as well as chemical digestion, it should be swallowed in our stomach. Okay, so it should be this swallowing should be very proper. That's why saliva is providing lubrication to our food for proper swallowing. Okay, so these are the function of the tongue, teeth and saliva, right? Now we will understand that what do you understand by the physical digestion with the help of teeth. Okay, so for that we are having 4 different type of teeth in case of human beings. Okay, when we are talking about the human beings, what we are having? We are having 4 different types of teeth, and the condition, it is known as what? Heterodont condition. Okay, whenever you will see this term, hetero means different, don't related to the dentation or to the teeth. Okay, so in human beings we are having 4 different types of teeth. All 4 are different types, right? What are the 4 different types? The first one is incisors. Okay, the first one is the incisors, and the second one canine, then premolar, the third one is the premolar, and fourth one is the molar. So we are having 4 different type of teeth, and the condition, it is known as the heterodont condition. One more term is there, diphyodont. Okay, diphyodont. It means that in case of human beings, we are having our teeth 2 times in our life. Okay, the first one is the milk teeth, and then another one is the permanent teeth. Okay, so when there will be diphyodont condition, these teeth will come twice in our life. Okay, so these 2 terms are important, diphyodont and heterodont. So now, as we are saying, ingestion has been done here. Second step, it is continuing here, in which buccal cavity playing its role, and in the digestion, these teeth, what they are doing? They are churning the teeth. They are churning the food. Okay, so we are having 4 different types of teeth. The first, incisors. The role of incisors are what? To cut the food or to break the food. Okay, so what is the role of incisors? To cut the food or to break the food. Now, what is the role of canine then? If you will see the diagram of canine, canine is what? These type of teeth, they are responsible for the tearing of food. Okay, so these are what? This is responsible for the tearing of food, as well as these premolars and molars, they are responsible for what? For grinding the food. Okay, so that much function is clear here. Incisors for cutting or breaking the food, canine to tear the food, premolars and molars, they are important for the grinding of food. Okay, after using all these type of teeth, the food will be broken down into some simpler form. Okay, so here the physical digestion has been completed. Okay, if I will talk about the formula, okay, how many teeth are present? So total how many teeth are there? 32 teeth. Okay, and the formula is what? 2 are incisors, 1 canine, and then premolar and molar. 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if I will draw this one, if I will draw this diagram here of your mouth, okay, we are having this condition, okay, in our mouth. So we have divided into 4 parts, right? So here if I will start with the first, this one, okay. So what is happening, that we are having 2 incisors, okay, 1 canine, then we are having 2 premolar, then 3 molar, okay, right here. So we can say that same condition will follow in this part also, in this quadrant and this one also, okay. So what is happening, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, okay, 8 here, 8 same, 8 here also, same 8 here also, same 8. So how many it will form? 8 fours are 32, okay, it will be 8 fours are 32. So total teeth 32 teeth are there in our mouth, and we are having 4 different types of teeth, and they are having different function for the physical digestion of food. And here digestion of food has been completed. Then another thing, chemical digestion also will be there in the mouth itself. Why? Because it contains saliva, and in your mouth what type of gland is present? Salivary gland. Okay, salivary gland is there also present inside the mouth. So what it is going to release? It is going to release the salivary amylase. What it is going to secrete? Salivary amylase. Right here. Salivary amylase is what? Salivary related to saliva, amylase related to the carbohydrate. Okay, as I have said right now that we are taking carbohydrate, proteins and fats in our diet. So firstly the carbohydrate will get digested into the simpler form with the help of this salivary amylase. It means that this enzyme, this specific enzyme, it will act only and only on carbohydrate. Okay, whatever the carbohydrate which you are going to take, it will act upon it and it will break down it into the simpler form. And the simpler form of carbohydrate is what? Glucose. Okay, so it will not be the complete digestion. What you will call it here? Partial digestion. Okay, so in your mouth what type of digestion will be there? It will be the partial digestion, because the whole food it will not get digested. Only the carbohydrate will digest it, and about the carbohydrate, some part of the carbohydrate. Okay, so we can say that mostly the carbohydrate will be digested by the salivary amylase here, and this type of digestion it is known as the chemical digestion. Right here, so we have completed the physical digestion and the chemical digestion in the mouth itself. Okay, once it has been digested here, the remaining food, the food which is going to swell out here inside the stomach. Okay, so before that there will be one more part, that is a pharynx. Right, so in the next class we will continue this step of this alimentary canal. So for today we have completed about the mouth, and inside the mouth buccal cavity is there, and different things which is present here in the buccal cavity: tongue, teeth and saliva. Okay, and physical chemical digestion completed. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.